Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. I'm your host, Giovanni Diaz. We had Mario Superstar Salazar. We talked about the Valley. We talked about drinking. We talked about Pase, Mochate way. We talked about, I don't know, maybe a little bit of ass eating talk. Of course, it's the Lobo Den. And then we're going to not go to White Castle after this, but maybe we'll find some. Okay, Lobo Den, Pizza Puffs.
Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. 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 It's the Lobo.
Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. I'm your host, Giovanni Diaz. To my left is Chrissy Ferreira. We're in the Lincoln Lodge, and across from me, we have a very special guest, kind of a last minute thing. We have Mario Superstar Salazar. What's up, Mario?
What's up? Woo! They're always very special guests, bro.
They're always special.
Always very special.
That's
guests.
an attack on my last guest. He was autistic. Brian Johnson. Episode, no, give it up for Pussy. But Mario,
Yeah.
you are from the Valley, South Texas. White people don't know.
Rio Grand Valley, where you get all the drugs,
Cocaine.
the good pase. Do y'all, I said that tonight at the show. Do y'all call cocaine pase?
No,
right?
Over here
Perico?
it's Perico or Yayo. I'm trying to think. Pase. No, you know what? Certain parts, certain Mexico Pase. No, Cricri is crystal meth, which I think my dad's doing that, but he's in Morelos right now. But I think, you know what? I was in the Valley and I had Pase in my Pase pocket, right? That little
that
little pocket. I have little guitar picks in here now, but I had a Pase pocket because we got some. I was like, hey, I told my guy I went to the Valley. I've been there twice, right? He's in Edinburgh. You're in McAllen.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Far now.
Oh, you're in Far,
yeah.
P-H-A-R-R.
Yeah. that joke all the time. Oh, you go somewhere far.
Yeah, but we went to, what's that town? Progreso, right?
To the Mexican side?
Yeah, we went to Progreso to get breakfast and get like
Nuevo Progreso.
Viagra or whatever pills they got. You can get
anything, bro.
You go in there like, hey, tenemos a Viagra. I got a Nuvigil or something. It was some drug I heard on Joe Rogan. All the CEOs in San Francisco were taking it to stay awake and fucking work.
And now you can get them at Progreso.
Yeah, Progreso.
With your Viagra.
I got like a Nuvigil. I was like, man, I was like, let's go. I want to get some. And I got my teeth.
Mask.
I went to my friend's wedding and I went to Progreso the day we landed. I landed in Harlingen. We went over there and I had 4 teeth taken out. I was like, man, it's like $120. But I remember I was getting to the border and I had the pase on me, cocaine, allegedly.
Oh.
And then I was like, man, like I should throw this shit out. Like they're going to search us. But I was like, and I thought about it. I was like, man, do I risk it? Because I'm not going to have cocaine or pase for the rest of the trip. So I was like, fuck it. I just risked it and I went through, but they didn't search us and I had my pase for the rest of the night. It was it was on some like, man, dude, like, I can't.
There was no dogs?
Yeah, there was dogs.
Oh, and they didn't.
And I thought about it, throwing it out the window.
The dog probably was like, nah, it's personal use.
Yeah, it wasn't that much. But
the dog probably was like, nah, I want to get recognized.
I had one of those junkie moments where I was like, man, go to jail maybe or not get high for the next 3 days. And I was
you said it's not. I couldn't find. I was scared that you weren't gonna be able to find any more pasta. You're in the Valley, bro. That's
No, but the thing is, he makes one trip to his guy, right, and probably South McAllen. And that's the only trip we could make. It's not
South
my car.
McAllen. That's where I'm from. That's I was talking about La Balboa. Shout out South McAllen.
And
the hood, baby.
And that's and then it was like, this is my chance. And then I did pase. And then I got high at his wedding, and then I had sex with a prostitute that looked like my mom. Across the Holiday Inn, I remember, because back then, I remember like my buddy was downstairs. He's like, man, this girl, she kind of looks like your mom. I was like, no way. no. And then I saw her and I was like, oh, I see what you mean. But it was like, all right, she's already here. I did too much pase, and I had it was like up and down. It wasn't fully like erect, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, now I know. It was my early pase days, and not too much. So hey, like Chicago.
I went to a whorehouse. Remember Boys Town?
Yeah.
Zona Roja.
Here,
with
right
too
here?
much. No, in Reynosa, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
No, but you say you only been to
I only
the
went to
Valley
Progreso
twice.
and then the South. Like,
but it's funny because Progreso is kind of like the only border town that you can still do that. We used to do it all the time, just cross over, party, all you can drink. We were 14, 15. The older people, they get all their pills.
Yeah.
And
You know, get asthma things from my buddy, allegedly. Yeah.
Like, but now, like, it's now we can't really do that except for Progreso. Yeah, except that's the only, like, Reynosa, Matamoros, none of those, like, you know, you can't. I don't know how it is in Tijuana and like Juarez, but
Tijuana, I never got.
I know there's been quite the violence has kind of spiked in Tijuana. That's what I was.
Yeah, because there's like I got into a little wormhole a few weeks ago of different cartels and whatever. I was on YouTube. I go into. You're a stoner, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I used to love doing cocaine allegedly, right?
Yeah.
I say allegedly. I still got a day job. So, but I would go into my wormholes. It was right now. It's X-Files. So I've been watching the X-Files, but there was days like. It's not like my friends are from people don't know the Valley. You guys have all the musicians, right? From like
we have
all for like the norteño music. They're all like everybody is from like that one Intocable thing. They're like, oh,
Intocable is close in Zapata, which is close. Yeah, it's pretty much there, South Texas. Fucking love Intocable, bro. I was gonna get a Intocable tattoo. I have about 9 years sober from cocaine. I used to be real bad. Did you ever hung out with me during my Pase days? Probably not, because
I don't know.
Probably would have.
So it was I don't know if it was because it was maybe about 7 years ago. I went to the Cine del Rey. Like one of the reasons I started comedy is because I went to the Cine del Rey.
Okay.
You were hosting, right?
Okay.
It was Wednesday. You guys had a comedy night at Cine del Rey. And then you went up. I forgot who headlined and you were hosting, but there was one guy who did a guest spot, right?
Yeah.
And
stayed it.
I don't remember his name, but I remember he made a joke and he would laugh. He had this little stoner laugh. He made a joke and he'd be like, hee, or something like that. I can't. He almost maybe looked a little Middle Eastern or something. I don't know if he was.
It might be Mark Peña.
No, I don't think.
No, Mark Peña. He's in Austin now.
He's in Austin. No, but the thing is, he wasn't that funny. Whoever the guy was,
Mark
it was
hilarious.
No. Mark is good. He was like
you know Mark?
I remember the name. I know Peña. I know you. I know Peña. I did a show. I think I did a show with you. I think you were on that show, unless it was you, or maybe you weren't. But it was Horta, Sonia, and who's the guy on the radio? Mayhem.
Oh,
right?
Mayhem.
Mayhem. It was in Westlaco or something. Like that.
Oh, at Paradise, bro.
Yeah, Paradise in Mexico.
That was a gauntlet, bro. That was a hard room.
Yeah.
The owner had a big old mural of himself on the bike. He passed away recently. He was with cancer.
Oh, yeah.
So a big shout out to Rob Perales. Good guy, man. Great guy. I did pass it with him. I also did pass it with Screech. That's the last time I ever did pass it.
Oh, Screech?
Rest in peace, Dustin Diamond. Yeah.
He died?
He was the last. Yeah, he died, bro.
No, Dustin Diamond's not dead.
Yes, bro. From
Screech for Saving the Bell's dead?
Bro. Yeah, you didn't know? Yes.
Who killed him? Betty White for real?
Cancer. You know, he died in 2019.
Holy shit,
2019,
dude.
yeah.
I didn't
know. He was the last person I hooked him up with some coke, and you know, it was fucking, you know, hanging out with Screech, bro. It was my boy.
Why? When'd you stop?
I stopped in 2013.
Mm-hmm. What day?
2012, 2013. I don't remember the date, but I had little bumps here and there, and one of them was with Screech. And I only had like one bump just because I got him some, and then I just did some. It was really good shit, and I was like, fuck. I almost relapsed after 9 years in Odessa, Texas. They
that's West Texas,
They
right?
gave me cocaine on stage, and it smelled fucking delicious. And I was like, one of my buddies, he told me, like, always keep, like, because I always tell him, like, man, now they give me so much cocaine. Like, well, like, where the fuck were you guys when I was seriously addicted to this shit? And I was just a fairly newer comic, not really getting, paid,
yeah, I didn't have that cocaine money.
Yeah, I didn't have the cocaine money that I have now, like at the show with 12 people, Woo. But today too, man. Today, like there's so much shit on in cocaine, bro. I'm scared of fentanyl, bro.
So this is why
there's some musicians, some norteños musicians that died because they gave them fentanyl in their coke, bro. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, but this is this is the thing, right? So I was single forever. I was a hoe. Got my girl. We have a kid now. But she was like, I don't want you doing. Bro. Yeah, thank you. And I was like, she's like, I don't want you doing coke. You have a son, blah blah blah. And I was like, look.
She had to tell you, bro.
No, I still do it. I still want to do it.
Okay.
I still want
allegedly, because
this is the thing. Yeah, allegedly, right? Okay. But the thing is, like, the deal is, like, it's been a while, and I'm like, hey man, I haven't done coke in a while. Like, I need to do coke. We in agreement. Like, we're both on the same page when I do it. You know what I mean? Like she'd be like, "Oh, it's fine." But the fentanyl thing got in her head, and I understand. Like, so it's like, how about this? You know, like, hey, let me do some coke tonight. Like, how about if it's other people do it and they don't die, let me do it. So I'm gonna get a testing kit, right? Because I want to do it every once in a while. I was never a big cokehead, right? I never did a lot of coke. I would always do a little. She's like, yeah, you have a son, your health. I was like, I didn't do that much, and I never do that much. But I like I was watching Blow yesterday, and then that scene where they're just they test it out with the heat and they do it like I get not relapses, but when I watch them do the bumps,
fuck it, let's all do a line.
Yeah.
That is so like
oh my god, it's
iconic moment in cinema history. Oh, fuck it, let's all do a line.
And I was thinking about maybe I don't even like getting high, but I like the I've said this before, I like the procedure. Like, you know, when you make a coffee, you have a cigar, you have a little thing. Like, I like getting the little bag with the rock and then breaking it up and doing everything and then like weighing my shit. And I'm like, and then doing my little routines, and it was fun to me.
That's what
I don't like it too high. I like a little high.
Weed. Yeah, like in the morning, I got my morning blunt with my coffee, and it's beautiful.
But when you quit,
quit 2013, and so in 2016, I brought Screech or Dustin down to the valley, and I had already worked with him several times in other places, and so he asked me for some. I hooked him up with some. I took a bump. Before him, I would have been willing to die for Screech. It was good shit, and I was like, he got me a little coked out. You know,
I got sort of sober. I was sober for like a year, right? So I went to Miami in 2019, July 15th. I spent $4,000 using strippers in Miami. I blew all my bank accounts, right? I dropped $4,000 in one night. And then we went to a hotel, broke a toilet.
Great timing, bro. Right before the pandemic.
Right before the pandemic, dude. Right before. And I went, broke a toilet, whatever, wasted all my money. And then I came back, and I remember I was sitting at the airport, and I was looking at my phone, and I just went through my bank accounts. They were all negative, all of them. And one of them I shared with a friend because we had a house, a property that we owned. And that was for the house, right? And I saw it negative. And so I came back, and I used to caddy, so I started working every weekend, and I got all the money paid back in. So the one time he hit me up a few weeks later, like, hey, I need some money for that account. Can you take it out? How much is in there? And I was like, oh, I just did my math. It's like 2,000 something, blah blah blah. But you know, I just got the money back in there, and then I remember like I was fucking I got all the money back, and then when I came back from Miami, I was like, I ain't doing nothing. I was like, I'm not doing drugs for 90 days. I'm not doing alcohol indefinitely. I'll figure that out later. No women. I couldn't even talk to. I was like, no women. Rules I set to myself for 30 days. But I remember it was 89 days for drugs. I put together a show. I produced a show, and it's producing a show is hectic because you don't know who's gonna come. Blah blah blah. They're coming. It's stressful, and it went well. And when it went well, we're in the back with some comics. I might have seen one of those comics here, but I won't say any names. And the owner was like, hey, man, you guys want to do a bump? And I was like, dude, I said 90 days. I can't do anything till tomorrow, so I'm good. You know, I didn't drink anything. I was having club soda. And he was like, come on. I was like, all right, I'm going to pass away. And then I did. I broke my 90 days, but that's when I broke it. I did 89, but I do miss doing it. You miss it?
So, nah, I don't even miss drinking either, bro. So in Odessa, this is about in the summer.
West Texas.
Yeah, West Texas. A bunch of old field dudes. Raza, fucking
paisas.
Yeah, paisas.
Mexicans, yeah. Some of the people don't know.
We did this venue, and it was a new venue, and the owner, she did time, and she did.
Oh, she did time.
She did time.
Female prison.
Huh?
She was in a female prison? You said she did time?
She did time on the show.
Oh, I thought she was in jail.
No, she probably did too, yeah. Everybody who attended the show probably did time. There was some ghetto people, bro. My people.
Yeah.
This dude gave me box cigarettes, and I fucking hate cigarettes. So I thought he was like joking with me. That's one thing I can't stand, bro. I did a podcast with this very, very famous rapper but he does Spanish rap. They call it narco rap.
Who is he?
Big Los.
I don't know. No.
He has a huge following.
Texas dude.
Big, yeah, from the valley. Big Los and Chino. And so, dude, I can't stand cigarettes, bro. I fucking hate cigarettes. They're like,
Really?
If I
You
see,
never
if
smoked?
I did smoke when I was in the Marine Corps, and like when I used to do a lot of coke, I used
Yeah.
to like maybe
Coke
that was
and a
the-
cigarette.
a
so
Camel Crush after a fucking
good. I had Camel.
bump.
We had Camel Menthol Lights before the Crushes came out.
Yeah,
it was great
bro.
times.
So, but now I fucking hate cigarettes now, bro. I'm like when I see like younger comics like smoking, I
Really?
fucking get after them. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Smoking, it's the fucking worst thing. If I go on the road with a comic, like one of my rules is like if you're a smoker, we gotta pull over and you can't smoke in the car. And it ain't even my car. I'm just really, but dude, so I was doing this podcast, him and another one of his childhood friends who just got out of prison, but he does raps with, he started rapping with him and he started blowing up. These dudes, two of the toughest dude, they busted out a fucking cigarette and I became such a bitch. I was just like, I was like, I ain't gonna tell these dudes like not to fucking smoke. They can do whatever the fuck they want, bro. Like you can just see they bust out the cigarette. I'm just there like, fuck, man.
Ain't nothing to do about
Fucking
it.
hate this shit, but I'm not gonna say anything. But yeah, so they gave me a cigarette box there in Odessa while I was performing, and I was like, I fucking hate cigarettes.
Marlboros, Reds, or something?
It was Marlboro Lights.
Marlboro.
And I was like, dude, I fucking hate cigarettes. And the guy was like, open it. And I opened it, and there was a bag of Coke. And I even opened it, and everybody's like, yeah, fucking do it. And I was like, I don't know if you heard it tonight, the bit I have about that I have a cocaine problem. And then they took me 9 years. Like, I've been 9 years, and I don't have a cocaine problem anymore. And everybody claps. I was like, well, I can, since I can afford it now, so it's not a problem. I still do cocaine,
Yeah.
but I can afford it now, so it's not a problem. I had just done that bit, so everybody knows that I don't do coke. But they were all cheering me on, and I was gonna give it back to the dude. But I remember when my buddy told me, he's like, "If they ever fucking give you drugs," because I told him, I was like, "Man, everybody fucking offers me coke now." He's like, "Just fucking take it and flip it." So that's when I kept it, and we do the show, fucking great. I'm selling merch. And then in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm just going to flip it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a bump. And when I get back to the hotel, I'm going to take a bump. And then I'm just going to flush it away. So the whole night, like, there's this dude that was asking me, hey, ¿qué onda con el pase? Mochate. Fucking hook it up.
Yeah, hook it up.
Hook it up.
Yeah.
So I was charging my phone, and there was it was plugged in the corner. So I was checking my messages on the phone, and he comes behind me. He's like, "Hey, you're doing the pase?" I was like, "No, man, I'm charging my phone." He's like, "Oh, because I saw you in the corner. I thought you were doing the pase." I was like, "Why would I do it in fucking public?" So anyway, so I was like, "Dude, this dude really wants the coke." And in my head, I was like, "I'm just gonna do it. Fuck it." We go outside, bro. We're all smoking outside. The promoter, the opening comics. We're all outside. The dude that had given me the coke, he's chiefing with us. There's like 7 of us, all smoking outside. So the dude that gave me the coke, he busts out another bag and starts fucking offering coke to everybody outside
My mouth is
table.
watering right now. Huh?
And my feature at the time, she was dancing. She was coming back inside.
Sonia?
No,
okay.
her name's Tina La Cochina.
Okay.
Tina La Cochina. Yeah, very funny comedian out of Corpus. And she doesn't do coke. So I told the guys, like, well, offer her. And then he had it in like a $1 bill.
Oh yeah, Mexican style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when she comes out, she gives him the $1 bill. It was a $10 bill.
Mm-hmm.
She thought he was tipping her, and she fucking grabbed the coke and almost fucking dropped all of it. But she didn't. She's like, oh my God, it's cocaine. I don't do this shit. She folded it back up and gave it back to the guy. And the guy was like, hey, if you would have dropped it, it's fine. I got so much more at home, right? Trying to show off.
Big boss.
So
boss man.
in my mind, I'm still thinking I'm gonna do the fucking coke I have. And right when I said that, dude, fucking a truck hits that is taking off from the club, hits a fucking car, fucking boss, and that shit just.
It's not meant to be.
Yeah, that shit happens. Everybody's like, oh fuck. I was like, you know what? I shouldn't be doing this cocaine. Like everybody, fucking the bouncer comes out, starts running because the guy wanted to take off because he hit a parked car. But he wanted to take off. The guy's all fucked up, all drunk. The fucking owner of the club's holding them there. And then this is when I told her, I told everybody, I was like, dude, let's fucking go, man. But right before I left, because they were gonna call the cops. I was like, dude, fuck that. Let's go. I have this Coke. I gave it to the dude that kept asking me all night. I was like, hey, bro, you really want the Coke?
Oh, the
yeah. He's like, yeah, bro, fuck it. Yeah, bro, we're about to take off, bro. Fuck it, bro. Fuck it. And so I gave it to him, and we left. We're searching for somewhere to fucking to eat. We were driving around. We finally find this 24-hour diner. The dude was there. The guy gave the Coke to. He was there with his wife and his friend and his wife. And they see us, and they're like, hey, what's up? Fucking come over. Fucking, we put the tables together. We all order food. The food gets there. Everybody's fucking eating except him, bro. Everybody's fucking...
he was too geeked.
Cause, yeah, he was too geeked out. And, dude, we were like, I was fucking laughing because I was the only one that knew that I had given them the Coke. During that time, the promoter, because he was with me, gets a phone call that the owner chick who had done time on the show.
Yeah.
She
Pacina or different?
No, the Pacina was my feature. This is the owner of the venue.
Okay.
She had done time. So when the car accident happened, there was so much commotion that she saw in her fucking phone that somebody was stealing her car from her house.
Oh,
so
like
she thought so she thought it was somebody from the club, that there was they did the car crash
as a distraction
to have her car stolen. So she grabs the fucking gun and starts fucking waving it. Luckily, we had taken it up. She's starts waving. She's raza.
Oh, raza.
Not paisa, but raza, but from Mexican American. Yeah, Texan.
Yeah.
She starts waving the gun around. The cops, when they show up, they don't care about the car accident. They see this woman waving a gun, so she gets arrested. While she's getting arrested, she yells at her daughter, who's a bartender also, "Go get my bail money! Go get my bail money!" And so she's getting arrested. We're at the diner with the guy who did my Coke.
Yeah.
Her daughter goes to go get like bail money, so she goes to her apartment. And she catches her husband, her daughter's boyfriend, her daughter's boyfriend. She catches her boyfriend getting butt fucking a dude. Butt fucking a dude.
This is Odessa, right? This is Odessa,
Texas.
Man, Odessa's wild. I didn't realize
that was one night, bro. Fucking, she's like, what the fuck? I came here to get my mom out of jail, and what the fuck? You cheated on me with a dude? It was a crazy night, bro. So the promoter gets a phone call while we're at the diner, and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't do the cocaine, bro. There was a bunch too, bro.
You would have got butt fucked. Somebody would hit your car.
Oh, shit, somebody was telling. Yeah, man.
And that's the last time?
That's the last time. I didn't do it. I was tempted at doing it. After 9 years sobriety, somebody gave me that much Coke. That's how fucking the addiction, how strong it is, bro. Like, that's how strong my cocaine addiction was.
You see New Jack City, right?
Yeah,
I was just watching it like 2 nights
classic,
ago, dude.
Bro,
New Jack
classic.
City. And Pookie was a crackhead, right?
Baby.
Fucking crackhead. And he went in there, and then the problem is he was working with all this cocaine. Or even, what is it, Tropic Thunder? Like, they had all this, like, that's just right in front of you, you know what I mean? It's like putting... Yeah. But Patrice O'Neal had this bit about, like, look, because he had eating. He was like, man, I'm a diabetic, you know what I mean? It's like, I have to eat my cocaine every day, and I have to fucking stop and not do it. But no, I haven't done it yet, but I will. I will not. I told my girls, like, I will never not do cocaine. Was my, but I've never done a lot of it. I sound like I'm rational, but I'm not. I've never, you know what I mean? But the thing is, I tell people on the podcast, like, you're not like me and most people, because I've known cokeheads and I've seen the things that will do.
What this podcast is? The Lobo Den?
Coke Den. It's usually ass eating and cocaine usually. Yeah, it's usually the main topics on the podcast: prostitution, cocaine.
It's all intertwined.
Yeah. Because I used to have sex with a lot of prostitutes and do, not a lot of coke, but I've been around, like, okay, there's one guy.
I used to fuck hookers in the Marine Corps in Japan.
Oh, in Japan.
Shout out to the stage. The stage. Colombian whores, bro. They move, because my buddy was in the army. Okay.
No, he was in he was in the Air Force. Right, cuckoo, and they were in Germany, and it's like Dominican. They're all like in Germany. They're like in the bases. You know, when you guys have the Super Bowl, everybody gets flown in. It's like it's a whole fucking big thing. How old were you when you joined the Corps?
I turned I turned 19. I was 18. Graduated. My birthday's on November. So I turned 18 while I was still in high school, and I graduated May.
A recruiter came in and got you? Or you just
my senior year, I was in football. I played football, but I didn't play football because I was on the bench.
Yeah.
So during football hour, I went to my counselor to go over like college. I wanted to go to Texas Tech, be a news podcaster, right? Or not newscaster
back in the day.
Yeah, that's why I do these fight videos now, commentary videos. But there was this Marine recruiter there, and you know how he got me, bro? He's like, hey man, what are you gonna do when you go graduate? You're a senior? I was like, yeah. What you gonna do when you graduate? And I was like, I might go to college, man. I don't know. He's like, I was like, so I can guarantee you the West Coast partying out there, San Diego, or he didn't say San Diego, he said Southern California, and that's how he got me, bro. He guaranteed the West Coast. He promised me I would be partying it up.
What happened? Were you? They send you. You went to.
I did.
Is it Miramar? No.
Yeah, Miramar,
right? Yeah,
I went to Miramar, bro. 3043 Supply, Miramar, Marine Corp Air Station.
Wait, when you say supply, we were talking about underwear.
Swinging, yeah.
So what'd you do in the Corps? You never saw action. You never saw any action.
No.
Would you?
I did cold weather training, and I did NBC training.
What's NBC?
A nuclear, biological, chemical warfare training.
So what the fuck is that?
What
do you have to do? You just put mask on?
Yeah, the gas chamber. That shit was intense. We did it quite a bit. And
is that how you became a Chargers fan?
Yes, because
you were in San Diego.
I was stationed in San Diego from '99 to 2001, and I fell in love with the city and fell in love with.
You like Bledsoe? Didn't he have a few years under Drew Bledsoe?
No. He was with the Cowboys.
But Drew Bledsoe, didn't he have who was the guy?
Drew Brees.
Oh, yeah. Drew Brees was San Diego, and then he went to the Saints, right?
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers has 13 kids, doesn't he?
Yeah, 11.
He's like
9.
Do you? Hey, that girl, you were telling that bit. You were with a Satanist chick. Was that true? She was really.
I wasn't with her. I didn't sacrifice.
Did you guys didn't have sex?
No.
You couldn't do it, or it was just nothing happened that night.
Because I was making fun of the whole thing.
Oh, she wasn't a saint. She's a Luciferian.
Luciferian. They don't. Yeah.
Was she a white chick?
No.
Oh, she was a paisa.
Paisa, yeah.
But I was saying, I started comedy because that show I did. I saw that dude. He was doing the jokes, and I was up there and I was looking, and I was like, this guy's not that funny. And then I was already kind of on the fence. Should I do comedy or not? And I was like, that. And I came to open mic here at the Laugh Factory, and I saw some people. I was like, man, she's not that funny either. So I was like, you know what? I should do it. Like, I could do it. Because before, when'd you start? When was the first time you hit the stage? It's after the Corps, or what got you started doing comedy?
The first time ever on stage, I did this is how I kind of got comfortable on the mic. Mm-hmm. When I was in the Marine Corps, I would go to Tijuana every Thursday through Sunday, man. When I was stationed in San Diego, I would go to TJ.
I wanted to go so bad as an adult, but I never went. Only as a kid. And I just saw the clubs, but I never got to go as an adult.
And I used to go to this place called Iguanas Ranas, and I would frequent it so much, and that the...
Bar or strip club?
No, bar.
Okay.
A bar that the staff became all good friends of mine. Eventually, they gave me a non-paying. They were paying me with booze to be the MC. So I would get on the mic. Welcome to Iguanas Ranas. This is a superstar. The whole superstar nickname came from when I was in my MOS training school. We used to do backyard wrestling. We used to fuck each other up.
I used to fucking do backyard wrestling.
We used to do backyard wrestling. And one time, while I was cutting a promo, it just came out because
you were a superstar. That was your wrestling.
Yeah, because everybody called me Salazar, and superstar just rhymed with Salazar. It's Salazar, but everybody says Salazar. So I went, hey, I'm Mario Superstar Salazar. You hate me because you hate me. That's what I said.
You hate me.
That was my promo. And so the superstar thing stuck. So even when I was like in the Marines, when I started doing the MC, I was like, "Welcome to Iguanas. This is the superstar," and then I would just fucking clown on people that were waiting online, and then just introduce a song, and just it was so much fun, bro. And that's how I was pretty much doing like crowd work from the fucking DJ booth, watching because I would see the cameras that would have like the people fucking in line, and so that's how it kind of developed.
You never
Comfortable on stage. And then Cine El Rey back in 2000.
I went to see comedy and I went to see wrestling there.
Yeah, 2006, 7.
You guys are still doing comedy there Wednesday nights, or?
Well, now they're gonna bring back Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
They've been doing just like big shows, like.
Was it the ball guy still the owner there? Or I went to
the
a
ball guy
wrestling
was
show.
the bartender and the wrestler.
Yeah, and the
wrestler, yeah. Shooter. Shout out
Yeah.
to Shooter, man.
I went to
He's
see
here.
my friend's cousin. It was like a Ray Knight and his
Ray
little
Knight, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Ray.
your cousin.
No, my buddy's cousin.
Okay.
That's Ray Knight, and
Ray-
his little brother
his
was
brother. His brother worked at Cine for a long time as a door guy at the door bouncer.
the skinnier one was a little brother, and then my friend's sister. Well, he was a rapper. He was in. I forgot his name. New Name Man or something like that. He was. He's like my friend's brother-in-law.
Okay.
So I was like, the first time I went to the Valley. The Valley's different because it's like it's spread out. People love the Valley who live there, right? Like he who specifically wanted to move to the Valley. But now there's a lot. I don't know. The Valley, he told me it's changing. One thing I do notice the Valley is, I don't know if you notice up here, but the service over there sucks in the fucking Valley. Unless you go to Chick-fil-A. The service, any restaurant
Really?
you go to. Well, I live in the Midwest. Like, people take care of you here. And the Valley, it's slow. It's almost like an island. Like,
it's because they're taking their time.
Yeah, they do.
Preparing the best food ever.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's why every time I go to a big city, because the Valley's big. I mean, we're like 2 million people, but it's just a bunch of small cities all connected.
Yeah, it's spread out.
Yeah, if we were to just say fuck it and become one big ass city, we would be like Houston.
I've never been to Houston, but I'm not a prostitute. From what I heard. Why did Jaguar shut down? That was a strip club. Did you ever used to go there? I almost went one night. It was this. You guys had Jaguars. It was a strip club in the Valley.
They stay open till like 6, 7 in the morning.
And I almost went one night.
There was a shooting there once, too, man. 2014.
Is that? And then they shut it down?
No, they kept it open for a while. I think it's back up. Yeah,
it is back up.
Yeah, I have a homegirl of mine, man. She's a cool ass chick. She was out there like a few days ago, so that's why I was like, "Oh shit, Jaguars!"
Oh, working Jaguars?
Not working, just there. Hot chick at the strip club, fucking making it rain. Fucking.
I don't know. I never went to the strip clubs in the Valley though. I did like you never leave the Valley though, right? Or because
I'm in Chicago, bro.
You're not living here.
No,
I'm saying, but
that's what I'm saying. When I travel for comedy and I go to big cities, like I miss the Valley because of the friendliness. We're like super friendly down there, but we're also kind of like we're cagaleros. But
what's a cagalero?
Like just troublemakers, But we're such good people down there, and I go to these faster moving cities where everybody doesn't say God bless or que Dios los bendiga or say hi to everybody and but
I did remember this. I was in the Valley, went to go see the UFC fights. I think it was called Crazy Eights. It was like some pool hall, something like that. And then you guys do a lot of cocaine down there because I remember I went to the bathroom and I just looked down at the stall and I just looked at the floor and it was white powder. And then Horta had that joke about looking in the stall and you see it was like a horse something. Yeah. Because we went to downtown McAllen and I went to the bathroom and I was like, the stall, it was like 3 or 4 dudes. It's always base, right? It's like, I don't know, it's a big part. But you guys are so close to like, and everybody has a truck.
A lot of people.
But you have to have a truck over there.
No, get my car. Y'all see the car here? Get on the car.
Oh, somebody called me a cub. It's the dudes with the little haircuts, the little baby gangbangers or something like that. They're like 14 or something like that. And get you pregnant.
It just doesn't necessarily have to be like it's just somebody with a lower truck, with a truck. They have the hair.
I just saw.
¿Qué onda, qué?
He had a cut license plate, and it was. I don't know if it was a King Ranch. King Ranch is a. I don't know if they have it over here.
Quema no quema qué.
So you do like Whataburger over In-N-Out, like most. Is it because you're from Texas?
No, yeah, man. Honestly, bro, there's no comparison, bro. Whataburger too. I did have a White Castle yesterday. That was good.
Maybe we can hit a White Castle on the way when we get out of here.
But I ate that last night though. Everybody keeps telling me to hit up Portillo's, but it's already kind of closed, right?
No, there's nothing. There's nothing open. Have you had a pizza puff?
No.
Italian beef? How many times have you been to Chicago?
This is my third time.
Pizza? You've had the pizza?
No.
The Valley has no good pizza whatsoever.
Flying Walrus.
Huh? Nah. Look, I don't eat pizza when I leave Illinois because it's. I went to the Valley. It's like we went to some place by the border, had tacos, but I can't have any pizza in the Valley. It's disgusting. You met Mick Foley. Is that when you sobered up? When you got you didn't get a DUI. You got a DUI before that, right?
Yeah.
And then you sobered up when. So how'd you meet Mick? How did that thing happen?
John Roman from Corpus brought him down to Corpus, and so he hooked me up with his info, and then I brought him down. It went great, and then brought him back a second time, and that's when. I embellished it, of course, for the stage, you know.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much the king of hardcore.
But that was the first time. You didn't have a drink for how long before you already sober when you? I walked in a little bit when you were telling that story.
No, that's what made me kind of like start. I didn't get sober for a while after that, but that's kind of like
the beginning of your rock bottom.
It wasn't rock bottom. You're still hanging out with Mick Foley. That's a pretty cool rock bottom. Having your mom drive Mick Foley home. It was kind of planted the mustard seed. I started telling myself, man, I started telling myself, man, I have too much responsibility as the promoter, as the booker, and then as a sort of a mentor to a lot of young comics, and I wanted for them to see me as a good example, and I'm a better person when I'm not drunk. So
you feel you're a better comic?
Yeah, I'm a better comic too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because when I was drinking, when I go to a show now, like my first thought is that the audience gets a good show, and before it was like, how fucked up am I gonna get, you know, after the show or during the show, you know?
What's the most fucked up you ever got?
Man, Raymond was telling me one time, bro. He has
a mullet now too, right?
Him and his son, man.
Oh, his son won the mullet.
Yeah, mullet competition.
Yeah.
He was second place.
Yeah,
got robbed, bro. He was winning by so much, right? And all of a sudden, some dude, some kid just overtook him.
They stole the election.
Yeah, stole the election, bro.
Wink, wink.
So Raymond, we were doing a show in Harlingen.
Harlingen, the airport.
I just got in a sponsorship at this Marriott, so I had a free room. So I took advantage. I was living at my mom's house right at the time, so I had a Marriott. I was all like thinking I was balling, so I got like a bunch of I got an 8-ball and like six Four Locos. Yeah. 6 Four Locos.
Why?
Bro. Because I was a fucking idiot, bro.
Damn, how old were you?
I was fatter than this too. I was about 32. This is about 10 years ago.
Okay.
2011, 2012. So about 32.
Okay.
And I was like four Locos in, half an 8-ball in, on stage, just
4
sweating.
Locos and an 8-ball.
Just sweating, bro. There was this lady who I kept yelling at her, fucking Nancy Grace. She had a little bit like the Nancy Grace haircut, which is now called the Karen haircut.
Yeah, the Karen, yeah.
She had that, and I was like,
kids in Florida.
I had just seen some Nancy Grace thing where she had pissed me off, so I was like, fucking Nancy Grace, this poor white lady. I don't even know if she was white, but she just had the Nancy Grace haircut, and I kept yelling at her, and I was just breathing real loud, and like rambling and just Raymond thought I was gonna die. And I was the host. I brought up our friend. She was a comic from San Antonio. I brought her up.
What was her name?
I don't remember her name, bro.
There's a comic I'm friends with on Facebook. She just came up to the valley. She sells cars. You know?
Oh yeah, Ana Ramirez.
Yeah, Ana Ramirez.
The number one sales lady in Corpus.
She's cute.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Ana, man.
All right. So no. All right, going back to the story. Sorry, I'm over.
No. Then she just. I just thought I was gonna die on stage, bro. They thought I was what they call in the Mexican culture un doble.
Un doble. I don't know doble. ¿Qué es un doble?
Like a heart attack. Le dar un pinche doble al homie. Pues esos chingos de pase.
No. The only time I thought I was gonna have a heart attack is my friend brought an ex stripper.
You don't
friend.
do much, right?
No, not this night.
That night.
That is the most I've ever done.
Is that why you don't do much because of this night?
No, I've never done much. Okay. Honestly, that night I probably
shouldn't have done that much.
The amount I did that night, I probably do like in a year or something like that.
Really?
You know, 'cause I don't.
Or you're celebrating. Just
little bumps. So this is what happened. We went. My friend, I'm friends with a bunch of Honduran and Puerto Rican. They're all half Honduran, half Puerto Rican. So they had a Honduran friend of his who used to be a stripper, but now she's doing shit in L.A. like clothes and. We
clothes for strippers or just clothes?
No, like in the biz.
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah. Clothes for strippers, you don't need that much. And then the things. I used to go to strip clubs a lot. But anyways, we went and then we got a big old bag of coke allegedly, right? And then we were all doing it, and then it was two brothers, and then one of the brothers who knew the girl, they were in the room, and me and the other brother were in the closet, and it's one of those big closets, right? And then we were doing a bunch of coke. And the other brother was like, "Hey man, we need to leave because my brother's trying to fuck and we're messing up his game." I was like, "Look, I know your brother, and he's the type of motherfucker. He's not gonna hold back. So if he's the type he's gonna be like, hey, get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to fuck." He would tell us something. We were doing so much coke, he was paranoid. He's like, "No, my brother, we need to leave him, blah blah blah."
Oh, okay.
And we were doing pases, and they were hitting this vape pen. So passe vape.
Weed vape.
Weed vape. So yeah, I don't believe in regular vapes. I respect somebody who smokes a cigarette over vapes. I don't respect vapes. I'd rather you smoke cigarettes than vapes.
No, not me, bro. Like, don't do any either, but at least fucking.
Now that I'm older, I appreciate cigarettes a little bit more because of vaping. Like my other guest, he doesn't have cigarettes. He only vapes. It's like I don't know. You're smoking blueberry something like.
Can we smoke weed in here? Nah, I don't want to.
No, I don't think so. She's giving the no. But we can smoke in my car. So then it was summer vape, and then all night, and then we're on phone calls, and I remember he's like, "Yeah, we need to leave," and I was like, "I ain't going nowhere, motherfucker." And it's funny because the next day we find out his brother, him and the girl passed out like 2 hours earlier, and they fucking fell asleep. So we're arguing about them trying to have sex, but they're both passed out. And then I remember that morning I was there, and I felt it. I heard my heart. It was like, it was the fastest ever been, the most coke I ever did, allegedly. And then just the drive home, I was just in the back seat, and I couldn't. So I didn't sleep for like hours. You know what I mean? Like, and that was because it was just a few bumps here and there, and then like I used to do bumps and add the podcast. Allegedly, I feel like I have a little bit of ADHD, so almost was like a medicating thing. And sometimes or it'd be the Mexican. What I call Mexican style is drink and do more passes so you can drink more and stay up and keep partying. And that's it, which I call Mexican.
Hey, don't worry, sir. I'm drunk, but I took a bump.
Or like,
I'm okay.
Or you got to drive your friend home from Milwaukee. So it's like, all right, so we feed each other bumps because we want to be sober. It's like, I feel like if coke was legal, you could tell, officer, I know I'm point whatever, but I had 2 passes, so you got to drop me down a little bit because it sobers you up. Kind of. To me, at least I felt it was sober.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. But when did you start smoking weed? You had to quit for the military, didn't you? Or did you not smoke
I smoked a little bit, like here and there. As a teenager, I did my fair share. Not like crazy, but here and there.
You live in the valley, so your weed is 50% cheaper because you're before the checkpoint. What people don't know is there's a checkpoint.
No,
it's not.
Well,
cheaper.
no, for Dro. Well, yeah, for the Reggie.
For Reggie,
but the Dro
regular
was
prices?
it was actually more expensive in the valley
because of the checkpoint.
Because the good Dro wasn't growing in Mexico.
No,
so the Dro was coming. So like cocaine is cheaper in the valley because it's coming north. The dro was coming from Austin, so it had to come down.
So it has to go through the checkpoint.
So it has to come back down. So to get dro to the valley.
Yeah, the valley had pretty good coke.
Oh yeah, the valley has great coke, and they used to not have
Great
good
coke
dro.
and food.
Yeah, but now the weed is getting
guys have,
great
up here
too.
in Chicago. Now, like the Latinas, the Mexican chicks, they're from maybe the southern parts of Mexico by Morelos and things like that. So the butts aren't like they are in the valley. Like the valley,
yeah, the valley has beautiful women, bro. The Rio Grand Valley, you'll see a fucking a dude that's like a 6 with a bunch with a 10 all the time. Because just
and then in the
so
valley,
hot
like it's a thing that it's old school. Like they get them like super young, right? Like they get them before anybody else.
So awful, bro. Get them. Get from where, dude?
Dude, like the dudes will get like, from what I remember, or maybe this is maybe the northern fucking towns in Mexico. Like dudes will get like. The girls that grow up there, like they're like 18. It's like, oh, ¿cómo se la roban? Se la roban. Yeah, se la roban. Like super young, and then
the valley sound like a third world country, bro.
Are you having what's your love life like right now? Are you having sex with one person, different people?
Well, I don't want to cock block myself on. I'm like, hey, just loving the life as a single dog dad that's a traveling comedian.
You say your dog changed you, right?
Yeah.
When you got the dog. So you got the dog.
I get so much pussy now.
Right at the pandemic?
Get wet, ladies. I'm a dog dad, single dog dad.
Do you walk your dog, Dad?
All the time, bro, every day. And he's the most awesomest dog, and he just...
oh, fuck.
Mellow. He has more followers than I do on Instagram.
When you said Mellow, I thought it was because of, what's his name? The basketball player.
Oh, Carmelo?
Yeah, I thought it was named after Carmelo.
No,
and
Melo.
Phillip Rivers were your favorite athletes, I thought.
Mello, he's, man, I miss him right now, bro. I'm going to text my mom, see how he's doing. I was like, you're my DD.
I'm your DD. Oh, that's only my second drink. And that's it. I like the drink.
You don't like to indulge, huh? You don't like to...
Hell, dude, man, how many times you black out? You ever black out before?
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
That was my problem, bro. That was my. I've been to rehab I got sent to rehab twice in the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps. And then when I was out for drinking, yeah. And it was a paid vacation, bro. I mean, from being in the Marine Corps base, which was still fucking cool because I was still in Miramar. They send me to Point. Yeah. They send me to Point Loma. A submarine base, a Navy submarine base for rehab. It was a fucking 32 days of fucking vacation. Just,
So is it a military rehab?
Yeah, military.
Or not rehab. Private, military rehab?
Private military
rehab. So how does rehab work? What do they do? You have meetings?
Meetings and just...
My name is Mario Salazar. I'm an alcoholic.
And just a lot of exercises that...
Did your dad drink?
Yeah, my dad drank some. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't. My mom or my dad weren't crazy. They just drank normal, nothing crazy. Like I just went crazy in the Marine Corps, bro, because it was just the fucking. I was in San Diego. I was going to TJ. I was getting fucking. I mean, I'm from the hood, man. I wasn't very well off. Like. I was a migrant worker. My first job was when I was 14. I came to detassel corn here in Charleston, Illinois. Well, that's where I would stay at, Charleston. Then we would go
Where's it? That's down sophomore, I'm guessing?
You're the one from Illinois. Charleston.
I don't even know which one,
It's by Champaign, Illinois.
Oh,
Charleston.
Yeah, that's 4 hours away.
Yeah, and detasseling corn to have money to buy badass fucking back to school clothes. Because my mom, bless her heart, single mom, and she provided for us, but I wanted that extra stuff, dude. So I would, as a young age. So this is my first time having like a lot of money in my pocket, and I'm in a big city. I just fucking started loving the party lifestyle.
Almost your pal, right? Should never gave him money, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck your couch.
Fucking Mexicans money. Yeah, man. It's been fun, man. It's been fun. Life is fucking awesome. It's great, man.
Do you ever miss, like me drinking in front of you? Do you get no itch, nothing?
No. I'm more now, like, all the crazy stuff I've done in my life, bro. Like, now I like, hey,
you get older, you're calm.
like, hey, man, you gotta drive me home. I was like, this is like one beer.
Yeah,
Like,
no, you know what's crazy? Like, I remember there's this route I used to take on the way home, and then I was driving it one day sober, completely sober, and then I was nervous as fuck, and I was like, oh my God, what if a cop pulls me over? I know I didn't drink, but what? And I used to take this route home to this like fancy, it's called Lake Forest, this fancy neighborhood all the time, fucking blasted, wasted, like almost blackout drunk. Like, I got to the point where did you lose times of the time you've blacked out and had sex before and not remembered like the next day type of thing? Yeah, like I remember I was with this girl.
Like, I remember, like, you know, we're both drunk and we're making out, and hey, like, let's go to my house. But then, like, getting to the house and just like fucking waking up, we're both naked, like, fuck, you know, like, shit.
Yeah, no, I was
like,
with this girl.
Did we have sex? I don't know.
Yeah, that happened to me. She was like, it was the second time. I remember I got up and I was like, oh shit. I kind of woke up and I went to go to work. And then I remember I was like, so I messaged her. I was like, did we have sex? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh. She's like, oh, that's why you were doing. You seem different. She told me. She's like, you seem like a zombie or whatever. Like my eyes were different. Like, I just saw a comic right now, really funny comic, but you could tell he was drinking a little bit because his eye, you know, tiene los ojos. His eyes were a little bit different, like a little bit like. It was, but you could tell it's funny because he was kind of trying to keep it together a little bit, but he had those eyes a little bit like but he was trying, you know, and we had a good conversation, but like it was a little bit, and then there's a fucking scene in the movie where it's Super Troopers or something like that, and the guy is talking to somebody, he feels in his head. He's really like normal. He's talking well. He's talking very sophisticated. But then you see the clip of him talking. He like nada. He doesn't make it. He's like borracho, blah, blah. And it made me think. Like, I think I saw a video of myself one time, and it made me think all those times I thought I was cool. I'm talking to girls like, hey, blah blah blah. But I'm just wasted and borracho and a bit like I don't like. I can have a drink or two. Like, I used to not like. So right now I had 4 drinks. Technically I had 2 drinks, but they were doubles. So I had a rule before that I could only have 2, because when I would have that third one, I'd feel it through my body, and it feels so good to me. Like, I didn't know what was gonna happen. It was question mark. I don't know if you ever. It was like, like.
But right now, so is that gonna be your last drink, or when you get home, are you gonna be like,
no, dude, I gotta work tomorrow, whatever.
Oh, shit.
Like, and usually, now I started drinking here and there, but no, dude. Like, before, it's like I'm drinking, like I couldn't have 1 or 2 drinks. Or I can have that third one, man. That third one's always a question mark, because I literally, like, I've woken up in like a different state before, like, type of shit.
Wow.
Yeah, but now I can have, after that year where I was like, whoa, I had to reflect. Like, what I say this, at least during my rock bottom, I was getting my dick sucked. So I didn't have sex because I did too much cocaine allegedly. I couldn't get it up, but I did when I was with those 2 strippers. At least I got a blowjob out of it, because couldn't have. And it was $4,000 down the drain, but it's. I followed one of them on Instagram too, still, but I can't. I can handle like a drink or 2.
That was an expensive blowjob, bro. It's perspective, bro. Now you like very like now you. You
want to have regular kids or no?
Yeah, I mean, I think about it, and I mean, I'm 43. Like, I should be a great grandfather right now because I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it happens, it happens. You know.
Do you have any scares?
I had not scares, but I've had you know.
Like, you got one past and the Saint Seinfeld got one past the goal line.
Yeah. So I had, scares and not scares, but I lost a kid once. So
where at Walmart or?
Yeah, he was supposed to blow on my breathalyzer for me, and then he just took off with the car.
Oh, really? Your car got stolen?
No,
quick question before. Ass eating, yes or no? Have you like eating ass or no?
No, I've never eaten ass.
Never got your ass eaten out?
No. I told my buddy, because I was banging this chick who kept telling me she wanted to fucking do that for me. I was like, man, this chick likes me this much. I was telling my buddy, he's a fucking comedian, and he's like, I was like, if you're getting your ass kicked, he's like, yeah, man.
Yeah, I love
put
it.
my feet, fucking put my feet up, and I was like, oh, you submissive motherfucker, man. Cause he's an ugly dude, bro. So just
imagine his asshole. How
I
bad,
was like,
how ugly. If he's ugly, imagine how ugly his asshole is. Do you have any? We're running out of time. Do you have any last words or before last words and then plugs? But last words. And last words or any questions for me?
Last words.
You're not gonna die.
Last words. When you smoke a joint, smoking a joint is like a woman. Lick it right and it won't run.
Wait. Oh, like the weed's not gonna fall out.
No. The joint. Lick it. A joint is like a woman. Lick it right and won't run. You ever seen people that smoke weed that they don't know how to hit it and it runs, which means one side gets longer than the other one.
That's what the little burn thing.
That's what being a cigarette. That's what it's called. Running. That's your joints running.
I like passe.
Yeah. Mushrooms are amazing. I don't do the hard drugs. I do the happy drugs, weed, mushrooms, and I read books and I adopt. I'm a good person. I adopt. I rescue dogs and I tip strippers. Not $4,000 worth, but I tip strippers and plugs. Shout out to my plug, Cosmo. And find me on Instagram, Twitter at Superstar Comedy.
You got TikTok,
TikTok, Mario
Chinese
Superstar, Salazar. They gave me the death sentence on YouTube, bro. I was up to 10,000. My biggest platform is Facebook. They shut down my fan page, which is at 90,000 followers. My personal page has 46,000 right now. My YouTube was at 10,000. They gave me the death sentence.
What's the death sentence?
They removed my channel completely. It sucked because I was paying for the YouTube Premium. So because that's how I used to listen to music. I did that for 30 days. Yeah, and I've had it for like 3 years. They deleted my channel and now I couldn't access my YouTube Premium stuff. That's what pissed me off. So yeah, death sentence. I'm not on YouTube no more, but I'm about to get a new one. And but follow me.
What was the video that did it?
It was just the fight videos, different fight videos. It's just on YouTube they give you 3 strikes in 3 months. And I remember that I got one, right? And then like 2 days later I got the second one. So for like I was like, man, I need 88 days for me not to get fucking banned. And I say like on the 75th day, I had like 13 days left. I get an email saying that my thing was completely removed.
Do you remember what you said, or
they didn't even tell me what video it was? That's what. And then I sent an appeal. They sent me an email.
I had appeal YouTube.
They sent me an email. We're gonna closely look at your appeal. Bullshit. Literally 5 seconds later, we looked at your thing, and we still determined it doesn't follow community guidelines. Tu pinche community guidelines a la verga.
My shit was for Arrowhead.com. You know Arrowhead, EROWID. It's a great website if you want to do drugs. It's a great resource for like all the drugs, and they do testing and sittings. And it's like, if you've never done drugs, you want to do mushrooms or MDMA, it has all this information on it. Awesome. It's actually very, and it was in one of my links, this one episode, and they're like, oh, you're promoting selling drugs. Like, no, and then I remember my views were going up and up and up on the episodes. And when I had my appeal, they're coming back up. But
good, man. I hope you don't get, like, you know how probation, you're not supposed to hang out with other criminals. Like, I hope I'm not like
in the thug life,
social media criminal, like hanging out with like guilty by association by having me on your podcast.
I don't give a fuck.
Fuck it, bro. Puro pinche 956 a la verga.
956 El Valle. Follow Lobo Den Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Hit the bell. I think there's
the notification on the bell.
Hit the notification on the bell. Tell a friend. Follow the Patreon. $3 a month. Support the podcast. There's some content. Yeah. One episode. You guys had an episode with Luca Farah, but I had to take out because there's a comment.
Lobo Den.